Action! Hello everybody, Zachman18 here. Welcome back to WTZM TV. It is time to continue our 40th Let's Play here on my Zachman18 channel. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All on the WiiWare service. We are on our third case, Turnabout Big Top, heading into what I think is the final day of court. We learned a lot of stuff in the last episode. Today, since I was gonna do two sessions, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. We're gonna do the whole day of court today, and I don't know if there's gonna be a to be continued. There usually is, but let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into. I think it's the second day of trial. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's day 2 or day 3 of the case. Anyways, let's go.
Good morning, Max.
Oh yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Gina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to ya! Everybody's getting ready to get stuck in legal info. How low can you go?
Mo.
Top of the morning to you, Governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh my, thank you.
How are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real criminal.
You mean Acro?
Ah, you think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth. So I guess we're not going to be doing much objections today.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Alright. Here we go. The court is now considering the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. So I'm guessing that's Acro.
Order? I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say time to walk the courtroom tightrope. And here he is.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus.
I can't remember his voice. I think that's his voice. Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you'll see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. Here we go. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window.
Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
So he didn't actually see his face. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the cloud.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, here we go. I guess we'll press, even though that's kind of what we planned to not do. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains?
I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow!
The witness will proceed with his testimony. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory with what he just said. Let's say there's nothing wrong.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction. I should tread lightly. Okay. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just straightened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. Oh, man.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor, until I can find a clear... The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. Then why was it... Yeah, it was found at the crime scene. Wouldn't he have taken it with him? Oh, that's got to be a contradiction right there. I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I pressed him, the less results I seemed to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. I think I'm going to do it on this one, because that's definitely a big contradiction. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
Yeah, I do. Take that! You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order.
Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking.
You okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Well, we kind of thought that he was the real culprit, so let's try that. In the last episode.
Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See, even a silver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
Oh, shoot. I guess that wasn't what we were supposed to do.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. It's probably the audience. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
No, because no one else was there at the crime, from what Mo saw, so to speak. So I'm gonna say he didn't, because yeah. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
I'm guessing, I'm pretty sure he would be in his room. Because where else would he be? I mean, he was injured. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Oh, maybe he threw the box down, and then that hit him in the head. That makes sense. What, are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
That makes perfect sense. It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. What? Oh, screw you, buddy.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? Alright, we're going to take a break right here, and we'll be right back with more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Stay tuned.